Every man is born with two heads. One can get you a bigger scoop at Baskin-Robbins, but ask for one scoop, and then when he gives you that one scoop, you ask for a second scoop, but he has to make that second scoop as big as the first scoop. You could do that, or you could do it with some cracked out Kool-Aid that acts like Leonardo DiCaprio every time he sees a fresh 18-year-old.
John, don't go out that way. Go out, John. Front door.
John.
Yeah.
That nigga's gun.
On cams?
Yeah, John.
Either.
John's outside. Nigga, you're right. The garage is fucking done.
Yeah, there wouldn't be a lot of reasons why I'd stay after that. After my girlfriend literally took my garage off of its rented hinges, probably cost me $1,000 worth of property damage, and totaled one of my cars. Welcome everybody joining me on episode 2 of TikTok's Most Toxic Couples, and I'm pretty sure you can realize from the clip we just saw that the TikToker not Peppermint Butler has been going through it these last couple of weeks, both emotionally and legally too.
Is it my fault for posting it?
The TikToker not Peppermint Butler and the person that actually crashed into the garage actually dated for a period of time, which resulted in them actually moving in together. After being together for a period of time, not Peppermint Butler inevitably realized that they wouldn't be able to continue the relationship due to her toxic behavior and her alcoholism. It actually caused a lot of her problems that actually caused the breakup inevitably to spiral out of control. Now, not Peppermint Butler was actually very aware of her impulsive behavior when she's backed in these emotional corners, so he took it upon himself to make the smart decision in cutting all physical contact with her until she took it upon herself to actually track him down and sit outside his house until he came outside to talk to her. Now, that was a very rough understanding of the whole situation, but now that we're finally back at today's point where she finally found out where he's staying at, instead of actually maybe going home and handling this whole situation another time properly, she decides to drive her car through his rented garage.
John!
I have to call the fucking police. Like, I have no choice.
Don't do that.
I got
No, I don't want to go back to jail. No.
Oh my god, I forgot part 4.
John, I got it.
We're renting. I actually want to touch your fucking face. Like, oh my goodness, if I was a woman, I would get the fuck out of here right now. She hit John's car. She ran into the back of John's car and broke the garage down. Go get her license.
How you doing?
Now, I think it's kind of funny that every clip that we're actually seeing is from Project X style from a different angle, but I don't actually know if you guys actually picked up on one of the most important things that she actually said in the second video that we actually saw.
No, I don't want to go back to jail.
Now, I am absolutely nobody to judge anybody's standpoint in life, but I don't understand how you can get in a productive, progressive relationship when you already initially know that the person you're getting into a relationship in the first place already has some serious detrimental traits. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for second chances in life because I certainly needed them myself, but getting into a relationship where you already know this person has serious problems, it seems like some kind of self-sabotage ideology. When we're younger, we go into these toxic relationships with the ideology of fixing each other and making the relationship better. But as we grow older, we begin to understand that everybody has their own problems and controversies, and whether or not you can actually handle those problems, you shouldn't expect anybody to handle those problems except yourself. That honestly what seems like happened in this relationship. Whether or not she was actually able to handle her problems in the beginning of the relationship, at some point these problems became way too much and started to actually affect the relationship itself. Inevitably, when you refuse to fix your core problems and the one person that actually has to deal with those core problems refuses to stay because you won't deal with those basic core problems, you don't get to crash through the garage like a cracked out Kool-Aid man because you ain't get your fix of cock.
Yo, first off, the garage is going to be over $1,000 fucking dollars. I don't have $1,000 fucking dollars to spend on the garage. I had to figure that out. Second off, I didn't tell her to fucking pull up. I didn't tell her to show up. I actually asked her. I begged her to go back fucking home because I knew she was drunk with multiple fucking DUIs. She didn't need to be out. She was already fucking lost. She was probably closer to her fucking house than mine. I don't know how she found my house. I don't know how she got there. I don't, like, stop asking me what type of fucking motion I have in my pants. Stop asking me about my fucking dingling.
Suck a dick, suck a dick, suck a motherfucking dick.
Stop asking me about my wiener. It cannot be just the fucking wiener that made her do this. Is my wiener made out of fucking alcohol? No. She drinks. She was drinking a week before she fucking told me. I'm fucking tired. Okay, so story time is, as you can tell, she was drunk. And she just showed up out the blue. And this isn't the first time she's done it. So my roommates didn't want me to talk to her this time because she's drunk. She's not going to listen. She already has 2 DUIs and a charge from doing this to her mother. So they didn't want me to talk to her. So I'm sitting in the garage listening to all this while it happens, and then they're telling her to leave. They're telling her she can't stay here. It's like 2 in the morning. She's drunk. She just wants to talk. She's not supposed to be there. We were supposed to talk earlier that day. She doesn't answer because she was drinking, getting drunk. So at that point, no. I've already told her, if you're drinking, don't call me, don't come over, don't text me. She doesn't listen because this has happened before. So she pulls up at the garage. They tell her to leave. After like the 10th time, she says fine. Gets in the car and just floors it. Doesn't look behind her, doesn't make sure she's in the right gear, just floors it straight through the garage. Straight through the garage. Yeah, I knew she was going to try to take off, so I had to go get her keys. I don't have any other video of it, so I don't know. It's not the last part to this video. She's last situation, she got drunk, got in a fight with her mom. She took the metal pipe for the jack stand and bashed it through her mom's windshield and then ran into the woods for, I don't know, a couple hours or something before she got arrested. Spent 3 months in jail for that. She's been out for maybe a month and a half. Now she's about to spend 3 more months in jail. She just lost her job. Car got impounded.
Now, in all honesty, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with anything that he actually does in this situation, because if I was in this situation, I'd probably do a lot worse. I'm pretty sure she's well understanding of his scenario and his whole money situation, whether or not she is aware of the situation or not. She still took it upon herself to put him in some serious financial debt. And like she didn't not understand she was going to do this, because what do you think is going to happen when you crash through a garage? You think it's going to be free to fix? It honestly seems like throughout the entire time that this whole controversy and turmoil of them crashing into each other and suing each other for the insurance money, it seems like the entire time that's been going on, they've been texting each other back and forth. Well, not really. He's been texting him back. The mom and the daughter has just been trying to get in contact with him in order to sort of sort out the situation. I don't really know what the point of them trying to come in contact with John or not Peppermint Butler in the first place is, because it doesn't really seem like they're trying to handle the situation. It seems like they're just trying to instigate and, I guess, threaten him into complying to whatever they really want. And just because she was unable to handle that situation, just because she's unable to actually handle being alone for a period of time in her life, doesn't make John in the wrong, or doesn't make any of his action in the wrong, just because he chooses to move on and, I guess, spread out a lot of the awareness of how bad and how manic your daughter is. This is one of the problems with actually putting your business out on the internet. Everybody and anybody is actually getting their opinion on a matter, whether or not it's correct. While I wholeheartedly agree that she probably was the biggest problem in their relationship, I also have an understanding that nobody is the same and everybody has their own problems in their own time. While we can have an understanding that he probably wasn't the best boyfriend realistically, we can still have an understanding that regardless however you're treated by another individual, the emotions that you display and give off are completely in your control.
This is a public service announcement, because a lot of y'all have said I must have been the problem because I was homeless. I wasn't homeless until after I moved out with her because she kept drinking. Before we moved in, while we were together, I had a home. I had a 40-hour never a weak job. I walked to work for exercise because I lived 0.2 miles away from my job. The only thing I didn't have was a car. I had a roof over my head. I wasn't on the verge of homelessness. I had a sanctuary. We only moved in together because we wanted to be together all the time. Before this, I had a home. I had a bed. I had a room. I could put whatever I wanted to in it. I could smoke in my house. I could leave my house whenever I wanted to. I was what? 18, 19, maybe 20. I was living at my mom's. This was 3-ish years ago, 4-ish years ago. I had a license. I had things I needed. After we broke up because she wanted to keep drinking, I was homeless because I couldn't go back to my mother's. Because I've already moved out. That was my move out. I moved out and I was on my own. I was homeless for 2 months. Now, while I was homeless, she tried to get her act together. And she was doing nice things for me while I was homeless, but I was homeless because I moved out of my house to be with her more often, because that's what we both wanted, and then that's when her drinking got bad. At first, she would have me buy her alcohol, then this shit would happen. I tell her, I'm not buying you any more alcohol, and she would get it from her friends, her mother. She would have people that work buy it for her. At a point, I said, choose me or the alcohol. She sat there and chose her. So I left. I chose homelessness. We have not lived together since. This is the outcome. I just finished the restraining order. I just picked up a police report. I have to go to court on February 13th at 8 a.m. to deal with this shit. You come deal with this shit. And I lost my cat 3 days before this.
As we saw in the first couple of clips, that the house that Not Peppermint Butler is staying at is some type of rented group home with multiple people staying there, it seems like. If I was one of those people staying at that house and I saw her banging on the door in the middle of the night, I would literally just call the police. Because no matter how you actually handle the situation, if you just get a little bit of an idea of how the situation can go from the last time they had an interaction, nothing good can come from it. I honestly don't even think any of this is allowed. I don't think when you're in any type of court hearing case, I don't think the defendant is actually allowed to come in contact with the prosecutor. But as we can clearly see, she really doesn't care, because not only does it seem like she's banging on the door in the middle of the night, she's back at the house that she crashed the car to the back of the Jeep that caused the Jeep to crash into the garage. She's obviously not banging on the door in the middle of the night to apologize. And not only does she seem super aggressive, she seems drunk as hell again.
Open the door, bro.
Honestly, I feel bad for this dude in the entire situation that he's going through, because not only does it seem like that this whole situation, this whole controversy, this whole endeavor that he has to go through with his old girlfriend, it seems like it's encapsulated his life. It seems like it's not only stole all his money, but it's also stolen all his attention.
I see you. I see the pain in your heart. Turmoil and anger wages a war inside of you. For war has no winner. Let peace find your heart, and let your heart find its way back to you. Mashallah, 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 Allah Akbar, mashallah.
But he's at work trying to keep his spirits up, and his coworkers in the background be like, oh my God, dude, I've heard this shit so much. Like, I'm sorry this happened to you, but can you just shut the up already? I'm sorry. So at this point in the situation, the car is totaled, the garage is fixed, and his girlfriend seems to be in jail, or at least to be on some type of probation or bond, because she popped up at his house a couple days ago. I don't really know the situation that's going on with her, but as of him, it seems like everything's squared away. He got his garage fixed. As of the scenario with his car, he understood that he can't really fix the car, so he inevitably came to the conclusion that he has to scrap the car, and he doesn't deal with his girlfriend anymore. So all the avenues from this situation are completely taken care of. So my question is, why is the mom still showing up at his house? I can understand the girlfriend showing up at the house. Maybe, oh, you know, we could fix the relationship. She's maybe having some separation issues that she doesn't really want to leave the boyfriend, no matter how toxic the relationship is. I can understand that. But why is the mother showing up at the house trying to rectify some type of scenario, some type of situation? But all of that was before a lot of the situation on his part was actually being handled. So now that everything is being handled on his part, maybe still a lot of open ends on her part, but that's her thing to deal with. Why is the mom still trying to come back into John, Not Peppermint Butler's life and cause more controversy?
This is all y'all saying that The car withstood everything that it needed to. Like, the car was strong. The car's a soldier. No, the car is not a soldier. The car cost me $2,200 to buy. It's old as fuck, I know. The car cost to get fixed is $2,800. Do you know what that means? That means the car's getting taken. The car's getting totaled. The car's over. The Jeep did not win. The Jeep is nothing. The car's being totaled. I don't know when I'm getting this check. I don't know when I'm getting a new car. I don't know what's gonna happen. The car's fucking totaled. Fucking Jeep didn't withstand shit. It didn't withstand nothing.
If you actually go to the first video that we saw, he didn't want to get her arrested. He didn't want to put her away. He didn't want to put her in jail because he already knew that she had multiple DUIs. He just wanted her to go home. He didn't really want to deal with the whole situation. But since she chose to do what she did, now it's causing him and it's forcing him to basically have to pick up the pieces and try to fix everything that she caused. And the only way for him to fix it is to sue them because he has no money. The way to fix the problems that she caused is with money. He has no money, but he still has to fix the problem. So where is he going to get the money? He has to sue them. He has to get the money from somewhere because he has to fix the problems that she caused. And as we can see in the very last picture that Not Peppermint Butler actually posted, that it's a comment from the mom on one of the TikToks that she's proclaiming that I'm the mom, that it's proud, that like she's proud to be in the whole situation. This is a perfect example of the seriousness and the attitude and ideology of everybody in the situation. John and Not Peppermint Butler obviously doesn't want to be in the whole situation, so he's taking it a little more seriously than they are. And it very much seems like they're not taking it seriously at all, seeming that they think that this whole situation is just a publicity stunt and that John's just trying to become some type of social media influencer off of this whole situation. But in all reality, they're kind of too ignorant to understand that they caused him to do this. They're causing him to become a social media influencer. They're causing him to sue them. They're causing him to start all these major problems that they don't like themselves. In all honesty, one of the worst things I could probably take from the situation, it very much seems like the two girls really learned nothing. Now, I'm not really saying that John or Not Peppermint Butler learned a lot from this whole situation, but at least we could take an understanding from every time you get out of a relationship, every time you leave a toxic situationship or some type of really mutual relationship, you could take an understanding and learn from why it either worked out or didn't work out.
Half of you guys make 0 cents. 0 cents. Every day I see comments. What did you do though? You must have done something. What did you do to make her act like this? You're the bad guy. You're toxic. You're a bitch. You're a snitch and a bitch. That's the craziest comment I've seen out of this whole goddamn time. You're a snitch and a bitch. How am I a bitch when my garage got crashed out? I'm not the bitch. And I don't know what y'all want me to say to y'all when y'all say that shit. Because the only thing I want to say to you is, that's the only thing I want to see. That's the only thing I want to say is, so, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. What should I have done? Should I have been, oh, just pay me tomorrow? Should I have said, okay, and drove her home? Should I have brought her in the house? Should I have brought her in the house? Should I have, called her parents? You see what her mom freaking acts like? What should I have done? It's been almost a month. It's been a month now. And you asses keep saying dumbass stuff. I don't understand. Every freaking night, all I want to do is post a little music clip and see if it gets pushing.
Baby in my head, all the best parts of you. Baby in my head, all the best parts of you. Baby in my head, all the best parts of you. I don't need a lot, just enough to get me through.
Instead, I see 300 comments. It's your fault. Some of y'all are actually using your brain. Most of y'all don't have no freaking brain to use. Is it my fault for posting it? This is just a rant, and I might delete this later. I'll probably delete this later. But this is outrageous. Outrageous. Put a quarter on every freaking time one of you assholes has said something stupid like that.
In all honesty, people nowadays will do absolutely anything to get what they want. They'll crash a car through the garage. Their mom will show up in the middle of the night knocking at your door. Or they will honestly straight up steal your content from your own YouTube channel. When I was editing a video the other day about an AI content creator that's basically switching all the people's clothes in the Squid Games to wearing bikinis and making them do pretty inappropriate stuff, I actually ended up getting a subscriber that when going onto the channel, I actually noticed that they had a video about the fake Mr. Beast that I noticed was very similar to a larger content creator's videos, that when actually comparing two of the videos side by side, there were so many similarities that made me think he impersonated this video a little more than took inspiration from it. And if you're actually curious about that video, then I'm going to show you a video preview clip from that video right now, and I'm going to see you guys in the next one. I'll see you later. So do you think he copied this one? Or maybe it was this one? Or maybe it was that one? I could have swore it was this one. This one? This one? This one. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that could be similar, but what do you think?